Hey, what's up, fellow future creators? It's your boy Zet, aka Meta Zet, because if you met me, you met a Zet, and this is Future Time Now. Welcome in. So glad to have you here with us, and we are going to be going over a really awesome project we're super excited to talk about today. And with that being said, let me bring the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Built in the 80s, my co-host. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going? Hope you had a blessed weekend. Hope the Easter was good for you. Had a good day?
Really great, blessed time with family and loved ones. So really enjoyed it. So happy late Easter to all those out there catching this whenever you do. But so I wanted to thank you again for joining me here, because you are, I would say, the expert on the project that we're talking about, at least between the two of us. So we're going to be going over Collider Craftworks Cypher, and it's amazing. If you haven't checked it out yet, I mean, the artwork is unparalleled. The time and effort and energy that they've put into this is just insane. So my man's going to go over this project with us a little bit and just give us the details on what's went into the project. What is this project? It's not just a project. It's really dope. And so he's going to give us the rundown. So what can you tell us just right off the bat about Cypher or Collider Craftworks, or what's the difference?
So Collider Craftworks is Cypher. Cypher's Collider Craftworks. They're the same company. They're a very, very well experienced team. They know they've done a lot of other projects as far as, Mortal Kombat, Assassin's Creed, all the 3D character, realistic views that you see in these games. That they have the experience doing these things. So this team's very experienced, kind of like My Pet Hooligan, which both me and you are a part of, having an experienced team behind them that can make this animation, that can make these avatars that are game ready. They're both actually being built on the same Unreal Engine, and they've actually collabed with each other already. And we've seen the avatar from Collider Craftworks in the My Pet Hooligan rabbit hole, running around with the rabbits and showing that their visual wallet, which we'll get into here in a second, actually works, and it can go into other games like they say it can. It's absolutely amazing.
Awesome. So Collider Craftworks, that's the project we're talking about. And right here we have the website pulled up here, just to give you kind of a sneak peek real quick on the avatar, one of the avatars that we're talking about here with the Collider Craftworks and Cypher. So we'll get back to that in a moment. And one of the reasons that we're so bullish on this, we should let you know, or full disclosure, we're both super blessed or lucky enough to be on the pre-sale list, the Cyphanatic list, if you will. And so I'm newer in, and I got kind of the hookup from My Pet Hooligan fam, kind of came in and got me in there.
Right.
They do the certified giveaways in the My Pet Hooligan community. So super lucky on that one. That was one of the times I got real lucky with one of those giveaways, because this project is huge, right? I mean, it's huge. Not just me saying that, thinking that, because I'm going to be in on that. Now, with that being said, some projects lately that are huge or super hype, I mean, I think the hype kind of bit them in the tuchus a little bit, kind of backfired a little bit. So hopefully we don't see that here. But with that being said, the hype around this project, and with me saying it's huge, I don't think it's the same kind of hype. I don't think it's the hype that you see with some of these projects that everyone's like, it's so hype. The hype with this project is like, I think people that are looking at it are like, this project's amazing. They're real believers. They're really into it.
Yeah.
The project itself. So yeah, just back to showing you some of the avatars, and that's what we're dealing with, right? Avatars.
Yeah, so this is going to be 3D rendered, as you can see, super realistic avatars that are going to be able to go into any game built on Unreal Engine. That's the theory behind this all. So they are really trying to do a Ready Player One ready built avatar that can go into any game experience that you're having. Whether it be, like I said, already in the My Pet Hooligan or any other game that's built on the Unreal Engine itself. It's really cool what they got going on, and it's going to be the visual wallet that allows all of this.
Okay, so visual wallet. What does that mean exactly? Visual wallet.
Gotcha. So scroll down on the website a little bit here, and it'll go down to where it talks about that visual wallet there. So that's
We'll
kind of
jump back up. So it's down a little bit, you said?
No, keep going. Go back up a little bit. Right there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So here's kind of about Collider Craftwork, and then here's your visual wallet telling you a little bit about it. So the visual wallet is basically going to be a place that all of the assets that you own on this avatar, shoes, helmet, backpack, anything of that nature is going to be in this visual wallet with the avatar itself. And this is going to be what different games can plug into. So your avatar can load into that game that's being built on Unreal Engine. So real kind of state of the art, ahead of its time technology right here. And not only that, they have the best 3D realistic cameras that you can get to scan a person's face and really make everything look as human as possible, as realistic as possible on the avatars that they're building. I mean, they're doing some real next level stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, because these look next level. These avatars look insane. If you're able to get in and get into the website or get on the YouTube and watch some of the AMAs they've done, because that's really my knowledge of the project, is really just getting in here a little bit, checking out some of the AMAs, and then getting into the Discord, and seeing the community there, which is just also insane. You've been in there for quite a while, right? You've been in there since like the beginning.
Yeah, I got in there 2 days before New Year's Eve, so I've been in there since December. It's been quite a ride with it, but it's been amazing. I'm excited. This is one of those projects that you meant to put it straight to the ledger. In my opinion, this is something that you hold on to for quite a while and see what this company can build itself into. The team with this company and with this project is just super amazing, in my opinion. Very communicative to everybody. They make sure that they're communicating everything that they're doing. You can see right there on the website with the influencers that have said what they say about the project and how much they are behind them. And I've actually seen in a couple of the influencers' YouTube videos that Collider will reach out to them and get their permission before they put these statements on the website to make sure, hey, we see you tweeted about this, but we want to make sure that you're good with us putting it on the website and letting everybody know about it, from our side. And I just think that goes to show you more about the team's professionalism and how they know a business should be run.
That's awesome. I mean, and speaking of, there's my boy NFT Pasta right there. I know a similar situation. Well, maybe not similar, but with the Goonies, that kind of happened where they had a bunch of influencers, including NFT Pasta and Amir and Ryan D Crypto. I don't know if it was Ryan, but I know it was Amir and NFT Pasta and a few of these influencers, and they did not get their permission to put them up there and a quote up there on the website and everything like that. And actually,
Wow.
I if I remember right, I asked in the Discord, because I'm in NFT Pasta's community, blessed to be in there. And I asked him about this, and I believe he said that they reached out and asked and everything, and that this team is just legit, so. And that's his quote here. Doc's team, proper studio, extremely good quality stuff. Happy to shout out NFT Pasta and quote him. And like I said, he mentioned that they got permission and everything. And like I said, we've seen in the past where that wasn't the case with some other projects. So, and you can see, like you're saying, all of, maybe not all, but, a lot of the big names when it comes to the space, and a lot of the big influencers out there and people that are trusted and respected are saying quality stuff or saying good things about the project. So we're not just hyped just because we're in there and in the Discord and everything. It's a really top level project. So we just want to go over some more of the details. We talked about the avatars, the visual wallet, Talked about the team a little bit, some of their credentials. And if you saw where we were down here, on this part of the screen, it talks about some of those credentials: Mortal Kombat, Assassin's Creed, Injustice 2. So AAA games. This These avatars, though, it should be noted, because I think a lot of people get it twisted or get confused a little bit. They're not creating a game. This isn't a game. This project, these are the avatar that you're going to get. But what's cool about it is you're going to be able to take this avatar and use it in other metaverses, such as, speaking of My Pet Hooligan, the rabbit hole.
Yep.
And they actually even created an avatar for My Pet Hooligan, like a special My Pet Hooligan avatar, that if you go watch one of their AMAs, you can see they have that avatar running around in the rabbit hole, which is My Pet Hooligan's metaverse. It's their world that
it was
they're
awesome.
and they're all about awesome. Interoperability or interlope. Is that it? Interoperability, something like that. One of those words. Bringing these characters, these IPs into other worlds, and so that's really the future. We're gonna really be seeing that. There's other projects, metaverses out there that's what they're doing right now, such as Nifty Island. I don't know if you're familiar with Nifty Island, but that's really what they're building, is kind of like a Minecraft world, but where other NFTs, other projects, IP, other characters can come into this world and bring their characters into this world and play, in this world. So that's pretty cool.
Can you imagine walking around in the metaverse with one of these Cypher by Collider Craftworks avatars? Like, this is you walking around in the metaverse. Just the dopest avatars ever in the metaverse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're not lying. That would be pretty sweet. Let's see. Let's get them pulled up real quick again. Just, you're in a certain faction, right? Which one is it here? I don't even see him here. So explain that to me, the factions.
Okay, so the factions, there's going to be 5 different factions. If you go over to the light paper, and we can kind of show them the different factions as we scroll down. So this kind of is the gang, the team. This light paper you can read on. They kind of presented all this information in the different AMAs. This is kind of the street cred, the different games that they've worked on, the different AAA studio, high realistic 3D avatars that they've worked on for these games. So it kind of gives you a idea of what this team can really do.
This is what we're talking about. When you look at projects and you hear like worked on, worked with Disney or worked with, you hear that, but sometimes it's like just someone who was maybe getting coffee for someone for one of these companies or something. But these guys really have the street cred. And I remember reading something about in Mortal Kombat 11, for example. I think that they worked on like 80-something% of the characters for that game, which is insane. And if you look at the level of detail and everything, and so here's the team. You can see fully doxed, just world class AAA game studio game team. And so
the team, they really invite you in and like want you to be a part of the family. So on New Year's Eve, we were all in the voice chat, and Daniel, which is one of the main, 2 creative guys behind the whole thing, he literally put his whole family on camera, showed us the food he was eating, the desserts that were there, had fireworks going off, and was just really inviting the community into his family and letting us kind of see, how he was living and having a whole lot of fun with the community. So it was just refreshing to see a founder and someone from a project like that getting in with the community and really being vulnerable and allowing the community into his life. It's very refreshing to see.
That's awesome. I know every time I've watched an AMA or just been in the Discord and checking out the vibes and whatnot, you could tell that it's really strong community, but that really starts with the leadership, I think, too. A lot of times, the team behind the project or the team behind the community, it all starts there. I mean, not always. I've seen projects without the leadership and the community can uprise and uplift a project if it's there. But I think it's really important. That sets them apart, like having that kind of world class experience, credentials, those sorts of things. So let's jump back over to the light paper here and just check out kind of some more of this, and we'll get down to what we're talking about with the factions here. Um, these are the different factions, right? And
Yeah, so
correct me if
you're
I'm
gonna
wrong.
have five different
I see
factions.
you sporting this guy here, um, or one of these guys. What's this faction on the far right, the end?
On the far right. So that's going to be the chosen faction. Yeah. So that's the faction that I sport. That's I did my rite of passage to get into that faction. If you're in the Discord, don't miss out on that. I think they're going to be closing that down here in a couple days on getting in kind of the faction war rite of passage. There's just some tasks that you have to do in order to get in there. And then there's faction wars or where there's whitelists up for grabs, free mints of an avatar up for grabs when they launch. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do.
Oh
But
snap!
so there's
That's
five different factions.
Tell me about that again. What, free mints?
Yeah, so that faction war that they're holding over the next 4 weeks, I believe it goes into, I believe, the first week of May. But you get points every week for the different challenges they have. So this week they had a Valorant tournament, and we're doing a swag gear design contest. And the factions will earn points for each event that they win. And then at the end of this whole tournament, there's something like 100 whitelist spots available, 2 free mints or 3 free mints between the factions that actually win it, and they're going to divvy it up that way. But there's a lot of good stuff up for grabs in this faction war that they got going on.
I got to be real with y'all. The big reason we're doing this video right here is because I need a little rundown and education on this project and all of this. And what better way to get myself educated, and also our viewers and the people out there wanting to learn about this awesome project and what Collider's got going on. Because I need to know about this. I need to know about the factions and getting in there and seeing if I can get some of these opportunities. Because my man was telling me about some of this, and I was like, I go into that Discord and there's so much going on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I need a rundown, a schooling on what's going on here and everything. So that's what I asked him to do. But we're like, let's go over all this, because there's a lot of exciting stuff here, a lot of good information to share, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, really. So we want to share this with you so you can get in there, because it's still early. And the reason I wanted to stop you there about the free mint and all that is because, from what I understand, this is not going to be a cheap project, right? It's not going to be inexpensive. And one of the AMAs I was watching, they were talking about, you know, and I don't want to discourage anyone or scare anyone. We don't know the mint price yet. It's not, going to be something.
They're going to announce it this Friday.
Oh, coming
22nd.
up. Okay.
They're announcing the mint date and the mint price. So that's going to be real exciting. Everybody is just ready for it on Friday.
It's coming up. We got a date now. We've been wondering for a while. I would just say I don't think it's going to be an exorbitant amount, but it's going to, it's not going to be an inexpensive mint, because the amount of hours that goes into each one of these is exorbitant, or is a lot, is immense. And and so with that being said, they kind of gave you a rundown of what they have to do to create this. And again, this is not just fly by night project. They've been working on this for a long time, and there's a lot in the plans in the future for this and everything. And they have justification for their pricing ultimately. So with that being said, I did want to mention that, this is going to be one that's probably up there, but I think we've been seeing that if they can justify the pricing, the project that is, a lot of times, not only does it hold up, those are the projects that you see really go up there in value pretty quickly. And there's some cases we can mention. Not always the case. Pixelmon, not always the case, but a lot of times that is the case. where if a
Yep.
project can justify the pricing and everything, then people believe in it, and then the value only goes up from there. So hopefully that's what we see here.
Yep. I think that is what we see here. I think that the
So
value they're putting forth will justify it.
okay, I think I picked the Rad Kids. I had to get back in here and see, but now that I'm getting back here, I'm like, man, I think I want to get down with Hyper too, though, because I'm just feeling the vibe. Oh, and you know what? That's the My Pet Hooligan right there. I think looks like it. Well, maybe not because it got a dino tail. Anyway, I'm getting down a rabbit trail. No pun intended. So these are the different factions. You got faction Hyper, and if you really want to learn more about each faction and everything, but you can kind of get a good idea just by looking at them. Faction Rad Kids, faction Outlaw, faction Prototype, and faction Chosen. So then it gets into the rarity structure here on the light paper a little bit, kind of breaks that down. We're not going to get into all the nitty gritty of all of this, but we just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview and then go ahead. What were you going to say?
What I will say on the rarity structure is they have it set up in a way that you are going to absolutely know what is more rare than the other, and there's going to be a scale that you can tell visually, and then also when you're looking at the properties obviously in OpenSea. I really dug the way they set up the rarity scale, and I think it's gonna be very successful when they roll it out on the reveal date.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it here now. So and again, that's why I don't want to go over it too much, because I still need to get all the education. But Mr. Build in the 80s, he's got the inside scoop for us. So we went over the visual wallet a little bit, and then the rarity. So ultimately, you get the avatar, and is there going to be like airdrops or things that you're adding on, like a store that you're getting stuff to add to the virtual wallet or the visual wallet?
So they have this place called the Mosh Pit, which you're getting down to now, and this is going to be kind of like a mini game that they're building. It's almost going to be like a load screen game going into the Unreal Engine game you're going into to play, and this will be to where you can go in there and face off against other people who are also waiting to load into other games. And so they did kind of a beta testing of it live in one of the AMAs, and when they killed somebody, like this basically treasure chest came down that you were able to open, and it had a new helmet in there that boom, all of a sudden your guys got a new helmet on. So I think that's kind of what they're going toward in the future, is that you're going to be rewarded by playing these different games and be able to pick up different assets and whatnot. They haven't led on to too much about like what airdrops are going to happen or this sort of thing, but they have said that utility for the community and the people who own the NFT is definitely a top priority, because they want to make sure that they're giving the people a reason to come back to this project day after day, to come back to the Discord day after day and interact with the community. That's the most important thing, I think, and that's what they've communicated to the community itself.
I want to know, am I going to be able to get my avatar and then go into the rabbit hole and play My Pet Hooligan or whatever? You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to, is something like that. And they're already showing that's the future. That's what we're going to be seeing, is things like that. And that's kind of the idea behind this project, if I'm understanding right.
Yeah, that is correct. And I mean, they actually already put an avatar into the rabbit hole and had him run around and showed that proof of concept that it worked. And so I'm excited about that too. I'm excited to play in the rabbit hole, My Pet Hooligan, and a Collider avatar, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, cool. Is there any other information you want to share with our viewers, or any points you want to hit on while we're talking about the subject here?
If you're still trying to get into the Discord, we're getting up onto where we're getting to midday and whatnot, but you still can get in there. There's still whitelist spots available. Just interact with the Twitter account. Make sure you have notifications on. maybe do some fan art. That's the best alpha in the world if you're trying to, get into a Discord or get whitelists. I mean, if you can draw or do any type of artistic talent, do some fan art, interact with the community, bring value. That really helps, and they definitely see that when you're doing that in their spaces.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for the good advice. That's good tips for people trying to get in there. Is it a locked Discord? It is locked, right? It's hard to get into.
Yeah, it's a locked Discord.
Locked Discord. Mint's coming up, as you mentioned. Is that Friday also that we get that announcement?
Yeah, so Friday on the AMA, they said they're going to be announcing the mint date and the mint price. So I would guess, if I'm a betting man, it's probably going to be, mid to late May. Could be surprised to be a little sooner than that, but that's my guess at it.
Yeah, it's a good guess. Well, hopefully we'll get some good news Friday, and hopefully everything goes smoothly there. I see these guys doing great things and have great hopes and anticipation for this project. High hopes, and I think that we shall see, but it'll be a pretty awesome project to be a part of. And even if you can't get in and pre-sale and everything, there'll probably be a good opportunity or entry in there fairly early on. We'll see. Never know, all speculation. And as always, this is not financial advice. And trading in the NFT space or investing in the NFT space is extremely volatile and risky. So just always, consult with an expert, which we are not. But we are experts when it comes to just getting that alpha, getting you guys some great information out there, giving you the inside scoop on some of these projects, and getting you information early, which this one's been talked about for quite a while, but you're still early. You can still get in there. I mean, a lot of times with these projects, they wait to hand out a majority of their pre-sale list until the kind of the end, the last few weeks leading up to the mint, in my experience, what I've been seeing. So I think there's still a lot of opportunity to get in there, is what I'm saying.
Yep. And this is only the first drop. So this is an all mail drop on the first one. They haven't said the exact supply, but I'm guessing around 3,500 is my guess on it. And then the second drop will be all female, and it will be the exact same size. So if you do not get a whitelist or you don't get in early enough for this drop, don't fear. Try and get into that Discord still. There's still going to be another drop of the exact same size, and they'll be handing out whitelists the exact same way. There is not going to be if you got the first drop, you get automatic whitelist for them. They're going to be handing out whitelists for the second drop, separately. So you still have time.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad you mentioned that and brought that up. And there's your alpha. You're still early, and you can get in there. And even like you said, even if you miss out on this opportunity, being early on this launch, there's more to come in the future. There's other opportunities. Even just being a part of the community, a lot of times, you'll get some good opportunity from that. So just wanted to thank y'all for tuning in and viewing. If you've made it to this length, to this far in the video, we really appreciate you. Can't thank you enough. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help with the YouTube algorithms and all that. We need all the help we can get, but we much love, mad appreciation. Just want to shout you guys out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one real soon.
Peace.